Hey Pokemon fanatics, welcome to another episode of Top 10 Pokemon Cards. For today's list, we're going to be counting down the top 10 Stage 1 Pokemon cards that have water energy. Occupying the 10th spot on our list today is Poliwhirl. While Poliwhirl's 80 hit points of defense isn't particularly high, we like that Amnesia does 30 points of damage and prevents your opponent from playing one of their attacks. Amnesia is particularly useful when you're up against a Pokemon with only one attack, as it prevents them from hitting back. That means that Poliwhirl can keep on attacking some Pokemon without fear of retribution. However, 30 points of damage isn't particularly high, and 80 hit points of defense isn't all that great. Still, we think Poliwhirl is a decent Stage 1 Pokemon, hence why it occupies our number 10 spot. Up next is Pelipper. We like that Swallow dishes out 30 points of damage while healing you at the same time. Water Pulse is also a decent attack that does 70 points of damage and will put your opponent to sleep, which could potentially buy you a round or two of time to build your bench and strengthen your hand. On the downside, 100 points isn't particularly high on defense, and none of Pelipper's attacks are big enough to knock out a strong opponent in one shot. But overall, we think Pelipper is a reliable Stage 1 water Pokemon. Number 8 on our list is Golduck. Natural Remedy is a pretty sweet ability that heals you while you attach energy. More importantly, Powerful Splash does 30 damage plus 10 more for every water energy attached to all of your Pokemon. That means that Golduck's attack grows more powerful while you are strengthening your bench. On the downside, Golduck's 90 hit points won't protect you from a big counterattack, but overall we think that Golduck's benefits outweigh the negatives. Up next is Kingler. We love that Guard Claw does 20 damage for the cost of only 1 water energy, and it then reduces your opponent's counterattack by 20 damage. Meanwhile, if you can get 4 water energy on Kingler, then you can use Crabhammer, which dishes out 100 points of damage per blow. When combined, these two attacks make Kingler a useful Pokemon in all parts of a battle, which is why he occupies our number 7 slot. Number 6 on our list is Abomasnow. With 130 hit points, Abomasnow can stand up to quite a bit of damage before he gets knocked out. Meanwhile, both Ice Age and Frost Breath are big attacks that can crush your opponent quickly, especially if they are a Dragon Energy Pokemon. On the downside, his first attack starts at 3 energy, so he could be a sitting duck if you are forced to play him before he is battle ready. But overall, we think Abomasnow is a terrific Stage 1 card. Up next is Carracosta. 140 points of defense is quite high for a Stage 1, and Solid Rock is a terrific ability that can reduce an opponent's attack by up to 50 if a coin flip goes your way. While Crunch costs 4 energy and only does 80 damage, we love that it allows you to discard an energy attached to the defending Pokemon. Add it all up, and Carracosta has a lot to offer Water-type Pokemon players. Number 4 on our list is Cloyster. Headlock is a terrific first attack that either does 60 points of damage or 30 points while paralyzing your opponent. That means you don't have to fear the coin flip coming up tails. In addition, Guard Press allows you to do 80 points of damage for only 3 energy, and it then reduces your opponent's attack by 20 damage, which is a solid combination. Add in 120 points of defense, and it is clear that Cloyster has a lot to offer. Coming in at number 3 is Crabominable. Avalanche is an awesome attack that does 80 points of damage to your opponent, plus 10 more damage to their entire bench. That's a solid attack for just 3 energy. Meanwhile, Ice Hammer does a punishing 140 points of damage from a single shot, which is big enough to knock out a whole lot of Pokemon. Add in 140 points of defense, and there's a strong case to be made for adding Crabominable to nearly any water deck. Number 2 on today's list is Clawitzer. While 100 points of defense isn't all that high, we simply love that Splash Cannon does 50 points of base damage plus 20 more for every water energy card attached. With enough water energy, Clawitzer could potentially knock out any potential foe in a single blow. Meanwhile, you could use Reverse Thrust as a free retreat if he was in danger of being knocked out or if he was affected by a special condition. That gives players a lot of optionality, which is why we think Clawitzer deserves the number 2 spot. And finally, our number 1 spot is reserved for Gyarados. Berserker Splash is a terrific attack that can do 80 damage to defending Pokemon while simultaneously adding 10 damage points for everyone on their bench. But the real reason Gyarados is our favorite Pokemon is because of Aqua Tail. This attack does 90 points of base damage, and then you get to flip a coin for each water energy card on him. Each heads is worth 30 more damage points, which means that 4 energy cards could potentially dish out 210 points of total damage. Add in 130 points of defense, and it's easy to understand why Gyarados comes out on top of today's list. Do you agree or disagree with this list? Let us know in the comments section below what you think. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this.